Hello guys, so one more episode of Editorials, October 3, Tuesday. So hope you are seeing all the episodes. Each episode gives you at least 3 to 4 main topics and at least 10 to 15 prelim pointers because we cover in and out about that article and also the static part of it. Okay, and many things which are there already in our other lectures, we show you that also. So please make sure that you are watching because yesterday itself I uploaded 2 episodes back to back. One is on like September 30th episode and October 2nd, and both has like at least 4 to 5 articles which are very much important for your upcoming prelims and mains. And if you missed that episode, then later you may not get those information from anywhere else. Okay, because we also won't repeat the same topic static part which you have taught once. We will not repeat it again. So please make sure you watch editorial every day. The duration you can see it is ranging from like 20 minutes to sometimes 50 minutes. Okay, or 1 hour, less than 1 hour. So that every day, if you keep dedicating to like a lot for Vysh IAS channel, you will see considerable improvement in your studies and your marks and your mock test. Wherever you go, you will perform better. Okay, our students, not only like UPSC students, many are giving their state PSC exams, the bank exams, many other exams, and they are all coming and telling us that because of your editorial, I am performing better than usual. Okay, so make sure that you also get that result. And we'll continue to do this completely free of cost, but you have to just put a like and comment. Okay, if you've already seen an episode, please put the like now itself because you know that guarantee quality is there. Okay, you don't have to wait to see what is going on to wait for that like. You can do it already because you have seen the previous episodes. So now others who are new, just watch, and if you feel like it is worth your time, then please support through likes and comments. Today we'll discuss 2-3 important articles. One is the BRICS expansion. We have already discussed multiple times, but again, in a 5-pointer or 5-paragraph format, today an article has come about the evolution of BRICS and the importance of BRICS in the world. Okay, so that very quickly we'll discuss. Then the populism versus democracy. I posted one question also, mains question in Instagram today evening. So based on that, the full answer I will give you, whether populistic measures are going to be bad for India in the long term or India's national interest, that we will discuss in detail. And we have more articles, like I'll show you the editorial headlines first itself, like what is the articles which we will discuss today and what we will not discuss. Like for example, the very first article you can see, India's rain shortage. Okay, so this one we'll quickly see in 2 slides. Ideally, you should have known little backstory about monsoons and El Nino, La Nina and all. But that again, in geography classes we have taken in my NCERT lecture. So I will tell you what are the things which as a homework you can go and do, static part. But the current affair part I will cover in detail today. And then populism versus development. Again, your GS1 you can take or GS2 you can take. It's very important. That we'll discuss in detail. And then this criminal law, this we will not discuss because you know that IPC, CRPC and Indian Evidence Act, okay, IEA, Indian Evidence Act, these 3 are being replaced by Bharatiya Sanhita, Bharatiya Sakshya Sanhita, like that 3-4 new bills are coming, and that is still in discussion. It is not passed or become an act. So every now and then some author will take and tell their opinion. So every time you need not discuss. We have already discussed multiple times about these laws. In my editorial, as I told, everything is in one single playlist. Last 2.5 months editorial is in single playlist. If you today start it, every day 2 episodes if you watch, in another 15 days or 30 days you can cover up all the things, and you can tomorrow onwards watch the new ones. Okay, so this we have already discussed, so that we'll ignore. That is the only article we are ignoring today. And the politics also, here it is Tamil Nadu politics, BJP and ADMK, the Tamil Nadu party, they have split up. So that is not important for us. This BRICS expansion we will discuss in a very quick format. And then here cholera related graphs are given. Graphs are not important, but what is the content written there, that I will tell. Yesterday I discussed tuberculosis, entire static of tuberculosis, that any question comes in the further exams, any exams in the country, you will be able to answer. That much detailing yesterday I did for tuberculosis. Today we will do a little bit about cholera. And then here Asian Games are going on, which already I made a video, like which are the 2 new sports which are added this time. That will be a prelims question in the upcoming exam. If you don't know, you have not watched previous episodes, go and watch. And India is getting gold. Yesterday I think 15 medals we won in a record, like one day 15 medals. It is going on again, October first week it will go on. So now discussing, there is no point. At the end we will see the tally, how much we get, because we are targeting 100 gold or 100 medal in total. Okay, because we usually in this Asian Games, if you see China, Korea, Japan gets hundreds of medals, like 200, 300, 400 medals they get. In gold itself they get that many medals, but India total itself maybe that many medals doesn't come. So that is the reason we every year are doing multiple schemes. Okay, there is a top scheme, a target Olympic podium scheme. There are multiple schemes, Khelo Ratna, Khelo Games awards, and many things we are doing in our country. So we are doing better every time. This time also we hope we at least cross our last time's count. Last time if we had suppose 70 medals in total, this time we do 100 medals in total. Or if we had that many gold, we do at least a few gold extra. So that we are doing good as of now. We have not crossed last year's count. But because there is again one more week left and there is strong games like shooting, archery and many things which is India's strong point also, we may win more medals. So we will see the total and then we'll discuss it in the last. Okay, today we don't need the like in between that count, there is no point of that. So we'll discuss in detail. And again, test series to 575-day timetable for 2025 aspirants is open. You can come and enroll now. Many people have enrolled and we are happy that from almost every state students are coming, because earlier when we started 5 years back, we had only, because it's English medium, more students from the south alone used to come. Then recently we have noticed that in the northeast also people need English medium lectures and test series, and also we started spreading there also in our through our students and groups and all. And each student, when they come, they are telling that my friend referred Vysh IAS to me. It's like that you also can be a kind of an ambassador for Vysh IAS. If you feel this is worth learning, if this is helping you, go and tell your friend and ask them to just try it out. Try one editorial video, one test series, test sample package, anything you do, so that they also get this benefit, because it's completely free what we are doing in the YouTube. And the test series also is the most affordable in the country as per the content wise I am telling. Okay, because there will be many local cheap WhatsApp groups and Telegram groups where they tell pay $4.99, pay $2.99 and you will get something, but that is they're stealing from other coaching classes and giving to you the printouts and these things, and it will be not worth your time and money. But we give you high quality content, hundreds of tests is there, so that way the affordability will be good for you. Okay. And WhatsApp channel also, please come and WhatsApp me in the number 7200681675 and then we will add you there as well. For 2024, batch 1, batch 2 is closed. Batch 3, I will announce, it will start on, meaning the study date will start on October 17th. Okay, today is October 3. So if tomorrow I announce October 4, you will get 10-11 days time to think and make the payment and then enroll. You can start from scratch, start reading from NCERT, some basic test and all, and you will complete your full syllabus except optionals, because now in the last 200 days you cannot study optionals. Optionals need at least 60 days of dedicated study that now till now you would have done, you should have done ideally, but if you did not do, you try to clear the prelims now. Okay, I'm telling for people who are starting from scratch, and then after the prelims, if you pass, or if you could make it pass in this last 200 days of effort, you can study immediately after that. There is 110-day gap till your mains. In that, the first 50 to 60 days you can dedicatedly study optional. If needed, take a coaching class from somewhere of 60 days and take some test series and it will be complete. Then the next 50 days, revise what you already studied here. In this 220 days, prelims and mains you will study through the self-study program. So revise that in the last 50 days. So like that you will be ready for mains as well. This is the only thing you can do. In 220 days, don't think you can equate the number of days which other people had, because other people study for 300-400 days, so they were very little lavishly studying, you can tell. Each textbook they'll study many days, but you have to do in this compact timeline, so it will be a little squeezed, but it will cover everything. Okay, so you can wait for that launch tomorrow or maybe today midnight. So we'll discuss that first one, cholera. Cholera is a waterborne disease. Okay, through water it will transmit between people. So tuberculosis, yesterday we told, it's through air which it passes. Okay, when person cough or person sneeze and all, the germs will spread through air and a bacteria causes it. Here also it is a bacteria. Okay, because many people think it is virus. It is not virus, it is bacteria. Basics about like virus, bacteria and protozoa, these things and all is biology, but you don't have to go to that much technical. Check the previous year questions, how they have asked it, and then that much alone you try to study. So again here, the disease, okay, it is spread by two strains which are called O1 and O139. Okay, these are the strains which causes the bacterial disease. The bacteria is this Vibrio cholera. Okay, so this one basic information you should know, and majority of all the outbreaks are because of the O1 strain. Okay, same like COVID, we had alpha, beta, delta, omicron and all. These are two strains, O1 and O139. So O1 is the one which causes everything, and O139 are rare. And nothing has been recorded outside Asia, meaning inside Asia is where we see this O139 also in rare cases. Then WHO, they keep publishing their report, this epidemiological report where they tell about different diseases, its outbreak, how much time is there when the symptoms will come out, everything they publish. So they have told that compared to 2021, the outbreak has been double. 2022 data, if you take, it is double compared to 2021, the cholera cases. So and most of the countries which has reported, it is like more than 10,000 suspected cases are there. That means it's not like, because earlier when you know certain diseases will come only in certain West African countries, or maybe it is restricted to China, or it is only like Nipah came only in Kerala. But now it is like cholera is coming, it is coming almost everywhere uniformly. Everywhere 10,000s of cases are there. So that is not a good news, and we have to do something for that. Okay, so here if you see, WHO specified a target in 2017 that we should reduce the number of cholera death worldwide by 90% by 2030. So that target, it was going good, but now after the COVID, what we see is cholera is like the numbers are very bad. Like pre-COVID time, it was kind of getting controlled, but post-COVID we are seeing that cholera cases are kind of increasing because the focus of people were fully shifted to COVID, that the investments, the research, everything on cholera stopped. Okay, so now cholera transmission is closely linked to inadequate access to clean water and sanitation facilities. This is United Nations health body, that is WHO, is telling this. So this bacteria also favor warmer water with lower salinity. So warmer water, because of climate change, everything, warmer water is there, and correspondingly saline content also goes down. So in those conditions, which are because of human reasons, and then other things like heat waves, intense monsoon rains, duration of warm period is increasing, the wars are happening, conflict is there, water bodies are getting polluted, many things which humans caused is causing this cholera things to boom. So again, the blame can be put on the COVID-19 pandemic, the restrictions which are put that time in research and all, and limited investments, increasing conflict across the world, effects of climate change. So these are the basic points you should know why cholera is increasing in case UPSC asks. UPSC till now don't ask specifically on a particular disease unless a scheme comes out, a very major scheme, they don't ask it, but still you should know the basics. So the length of the coastline favorable to the development of this bacteria, meaning earlier this bacteria, as I told, cannot survive everywhere, but this bacteria's area is now expanding about 38,000 kilometers. It will expand by the year 2100, and so the emissions. Okay, this is a homework for you. Go and simply Google what is SSP5 8.5 emissions. Okay, because of that climate change is happening, or this is part of the climate change, you can tell. So it is socio-economic short way path that you will get when you Google. You will get the full form also, and you will get that what is this 8.5. It is a kind of like emissions only, fossil fuel burning, everything you are doing. But just Google and just read one paragraph or Wikipedia, some basic about it. Every day I will give you like this one topic to Google, or 1 or 2 topics to Google, so that you also do some work. Okay, it's not like we teach you something and you just blindly take it inside. You have to do research. You have to every day do hard work. Only then you will pass the UPSC. Okay. So this is the basics about cholera they are telling. And again, June 2023, a study was conducted by University of Florida. They're telling that this bacteria, this vibrio cholera, they have the ability to stick on to this microplastics. Okay, and these microplastics, you know, to the open ocean, it enters the food chain also, and it is like in everyone. So you get it through various sources, especially this microplastic content. Okay, very like tiny nanoparticles of microplastic is there, which is you can't even see. Okay, that things will enter your body. So the growing cholera burden and waiting for investment in manufacturing, all these things has led to like the dosage also they have reduced. They don't have enough fund, and also earlier it was like 2 times vaccination or frequently vaccination of cholera. That and all is now reduced. They are doing a oral vaccine which is only 1 dose now. Okay, so that much shortage in fund is there, and most cholera cases continue to report from Africa and Asia, with Europe also having few imported cases, meaning our Asians and Africans are traveling to Europe, and there also they are getting the disease. In Africa, the cases were spread, if you see, in 2022, they were more spread compared to 2021, and no single country is there, luckily, which has like 25% cases. Meaning there are 100 cases, everywhere it's like kind of uniformly distributed. It's not like one country has kind of 25%, 31%, but anyway, it is not good news. Okay, because as I told earlier, it was like 80% case will be in Africa, then few traveled outside, and so 20% cases here. But now everywhere it's like kind of 10%, 10%, 15%, 10%, kind of everywhere it's spreading. So there's chances that it will again become bigger in every places. So you have to consider this number of cases, the number of death, the reporting, and some countries example they have given, like Cameroon was asked in 2023 prelims. It is a West Asian country, and the question was like where it is or something, the location. So it is in the Congo basin, Congo river basin. So Cameroon, Malawi, they reported over 5,000 cases after more than 1 decade. Lebanon and Syria in Asia, they have reported cases for the very first time in a decade. Yemen has reported 90% of the cases in West Asia in 2021, and 2022 they did not give the data itself. That means obviously it will have crossed again more. Okay, in Afghanistan have like more half the cases among age 5 years. Okay, age 5 years, that is young children are getting in Afghanistan. So these certain points, if you note it down for cholera answer, your answer will be kind of current affair oriented. Okay. So 2021, good thing is that more diagnostic tests are happening, and it's not like we are not able to detect it. We are able to detect it, but how can we now control it and prevent it and even treat it? That is the discussion you have to do ahead. Okay, so many of these things will be covered in our current affair packs, and also try to enroll. Again, WhatsApp number is given here. Individual packs are there, combo packs are there. So 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. It will help you in all the exams in the country. Okay, or else if you are interested also, if you want to learn current affairs, still our PDFs which will have question answer format and notes will be sufficient for you. Okay, so come and contact us. Now the discussion on BRICS. Okay, BRICS already we have discussed on this episode of August 26 in detail. I have explained, including a trick I taught you, if you remember. Okay, now also I can quickly show you. Where is the BRICS actually? BRICS is this: B, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, BRICS. Now 6 countries got added. So that is like I told you, this is the first continent. So in the first continent, add 1 country, that is Argentina. This is the second continent. There are 2 countries, which is this Egypt and Ethiopia. Okay, both starting with E. And in the third continent, which is Asia, you add 3 countries. Okay, that is the Saudi Arabia, Iran and UAE. Okay, SUI. So these are the 3 countries. So these are the things which added in BRICS, and you don't need to know more anything about this. And these are the countries which actually applied. Okay, you can just pause and note it down. Okay, I hope you can see the full screen now. Just note it down, these things that it is all applied for the membership of BRICS, and so in the coming years it will again get added. Okay, and 17 countries, okay, formally applied. It's not like just asking for it, formally applied. And starting, you should know that BRICS, South Africa was not part of it. It was only BRIC. Okay, BRIC, that is Brazil, Russia, India and China, and later South Africa also got added. Okay, and in 2010, okay, 2010 South Africa got added. 2001 is the one when somebody from Goldman Sachs, I think Jim, one person, he suggested about this, that an economic group can be formed between the BRIC countries, and later 2010 South Africa added, and now more countries got added, and they told they will, they predicted that it will challenge the G7 group. Okay, G7, you should know it is France, Canada, Italy, Japan, Britain, USA and Germany, and G8, you should know that initially Russia also was part of it, but then Russia in 2014, Russia invaded Ukraine for the first time, and they took the Crimea Island. Okay, there is a Crimea Island which UPSC have asked already multiple times. So Crimea Island, when they took, Russia was thrown out of G8, and then it became G7. Okay, so there is no more G8 now. Another thing you should know, there is G6. If somebody asks you what is G6, it is the same thing. Okay, same thing but without Canada. Okay, Canada actually in 1976, I think they added to this. Earlier when it was formed, it was G6. Okay, it was G6. So G6 it was that except Canada, the other 6 countries, the rich developed countries and all. And then 1976 it became G7, and then later Russia got added G8. Then Russia got removed, it again became G7. Then during 1999, when the recession and everything came, okay, or 2000 recession came. After that 2004 and all, that time they thought that we need a G20. Okay, so that is how G20 also came, which is having India also, and now we added African Union also to it. So like this timeline of history and IR and geography, everything you have to mix and study. Okay, you don't expect you will by heart, okay, G7, G7, G7. That is how coaching class are teaching you. You should know the complete, you should have the interest, like how it evolved and why it evolved. Everything has a reason. Simply they won't keep adding countries, right? So same like that, now BRICS is trying to replace this, and that is why they are adding countries from every continent, and trying to, like, hopefully in the future, because now I don't think we have anyone from Europe or Australia and Americas, and also we will try to, North America, so we'll try to add from there also, and BRICS will become even bigger in the coming years. So that is what is discussed here in today's thing, that is the BRICS future. Okay, like in August we added that 6 members, so we need to look at the perspective of how BRICS has evolved, rather than this one meetings agenda discussing. We should see the complete picture. Okay, that is how an aspirant should study. So each slide 5 points, 5 slides. Okay, so first is, it is important to note that BRICS emerged out of an economic compulsion. Like, it is not like a NATO, it is not like a European allies or Canada and all, where you tell we will provide military, okay, like defense support to each other, we will provide nuclear support to each other, or we will include policing of nations, or we will provide peacekeepers. Like United Nations have a peacekeeper army and all, where any crisis there you will send. BRICS was not formed for that. BRICS was actually an economic compulsion. Okay, the people who can become major economies later, like India, Brazil, China and Russia, they became the BRICS. Okay, or BRIC, and then South Africa added BRICS. So the BRICS is now 36% of the global GDP, and population of its members is around 47%, because India and China itself is there, is the world's first and second population wise countries. And then more members could be inducted, which means that BRICS could become a serious challenge for G7 countries, which comprise of those 7 countries which I told you. So this is the point number 1. Okay, why was BRICS formed? Okay, it's a different perspective to look at BRICS rather than by hearting the facts alone. So second, 2 members of BRICS are China and India, which together contain 1/3 of the world's population, like I told. So this is like the fastest growing economies also, and the coming years it will become among the top 3 also, because now you know India is in the top 5. Okay, USA is there on top, China will become second, and India will become a third by 2030 or 2040. You can tell we can become the 3rd largest economy if the things go as per now, as per the current government policies are getting implemented. We can reach there. Okay, now we are at 5th. So if you see, both countries understand globally that bilateral ties has seen different transformations. Everybody are joining different people's blocks and all. Okay, so we know that we have problems. India, China, we have the Doklam issue in 2017, and we don't attend each other's meeting. Like China skipped the G20 meeting. China means the president did not come, another person came. So like that, we are doing all these things, but it has never affected our trade. Okay, trade between India, China is booming year after year. We are not stopping any import. We are banning Chinese app and we are doing certain things and all. But the import which India does is still the same. So because we know the relation, we are not importing from other foreign countries. We are importing or exporting within each other itself, because we both knows that we both have to reach the second and third positions in economy. So that is another aspect of the BRICS which will surely boom, because India, China is present in that. Okay. Now the third point is that polarization by the USA and other parts of the world. Okay, like many countries have issue of USA always telling bad about China, always sidelining China. Okay, because when USA, Russia, Soviet Union was there, it was kind of bipolar. Okay, meaning both are like racing, space race is there, technology race is there, or more and more communist and capitalist government you are setting. Both are kind of equal. But when China USA competition is there, every time China is being sidelined, so kind of some sympathy also goes towards China also. Some people feel like, okay, we should not, because USA is also not very good people, we should support China. Like that favorism is also going to China. So China is doing a lot of trade and investment in their other countries, giving a lot of loans compared to USA. China is doing more for the countries. Okay, even though they have strict clauses and all, they are going and giving to Africa, to Maldives, to Myanmar, to Indonesia. They are going and throwing money in like huge quantities to these places, building roads and infrastructure for them, building hospitals and parliament buildings for them. So China is doing a lot. So that way, again, BRICS, because China is one of the main player in that, this China's role can help the BRICS also to gain support, meaning more people will come. More people who like China, they will come to BRICS as well. So like that, if you see the BRICS grouping, China is not a dominant player, because there are other democratic countries also, India, South Africa, Brazil and all. But China's thing, you cannot take it away. And also the refugees in Africa and all, when they want to go to European Union or anything, they are not welcoming them. Everybody is not welcoming them, or USA is not welcoming them. Instead, maybe they are giving more opportunities to China. They are giving, and USA, you know, yesterday we discussed the WTO rules or international rules and all. Sometimes USA doesn't follow. They are not giving the fund needed, or they are not contributing as part of the Paris climate. You have to give $100 billion to developing countries. That USA is not giving. So as I told, USA becomes kind of a villain for them, and China comes as a savior for them. So that way, that will reflect in the BRICS also. So as and when BRICS grows, there will be more trade businesses, investment protocol, and many free trade agreement, and we also become like an economic bloc, just like ASEAN group and all. Okay, meaning it will become bigger. That is the third aspect, the China sentiments. Now the fourth one, the US dollar. US dollar has been dominating. Everybody tells like our Indian rupee also, $1 is equal to now almost 85 rupee, 90 rupees and all. So it is like always dollar is a like dependent thing. But now digital is coming. Digital platforms are coming in every country. Digital currency is the future people have accepted. It's not like the cryptocurrency thing and Bitcoin thing and all, which is unstable. It is like proper same money only, but you are using it digitally. So there, that time, dollar or rupee, that doesn't matter. You are all digitally transacting with each other. So many things will change now. Both India and China has made great progress in this field also, even though like I think India is like doing like 90 billion transactions and all in a year. It's like the highest in the world. Others are doing only 17 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion. This is the like countries like USA, China, I'm telling, they are doing very less. But top, if you see, it's India and China who is doing digitally very good. So they are pushing for more trade, investments in their own currency also. Like India is telling with Russia, we will do rupee trade, or India is telling with Africa, do rupee trade. Within BRICS, they are thinking like eliminate dollar, we will all do with our own currencies with each other. So like that, Sri Lanka told that Asia, everybody should start using, South Asia, everybody should start using rupee as their central currency. Like that, everybody are shifting away from dollar, and that also BRICS can again push. So that is another role of BRICS in the rupee and dollar, the dollar versus other currencies race. Okay, that is a convergence from dollar. Now the last point, the continent that promises the most economic growth in the century is Africa. And Africa, again, who is supporting them? In the BRICS, India, China and all is taking the Egypt and Ethiopia into this. In the G20 summit, India is taking African Union into it. None of the Americas or Europeans or Australian people did this before. Okay, they were all thinking of only their Europe, their Australia, their Russia, their Ukraine, only that area. They were not looking the south, global south, which we call. So that is the reason again support for India and China is too much. So that way BRICS can again make too much changes. Like as I told, Europe is talking about connectivity, full talking is there that we will welcome the people. There is this Gibraltar Strait, try to find in the map where it is. Okay, Spain, Portugal is there, below Mediterranean Sea is there, below that there is this African countries like Morocco, Algeria and all, and there when people to cross to the Spain, there is a Strait of Gibraltar, where they're talking that we will make passage for you, make bridges for you, these things and all, but they only talk, they don't do anything. So that is the point here. Okay, then restrictions have pushed Africans to travel to China, as I told, and all this, like India proposing membership, will help again BRICS to grow. So again now author is telling, even though these things are there, BRICS only comes in news when a BRICS summit happen, and that is true also. BRICS is kind of a little silent group. They don't see unless a summit comes in, like annual summit, till then nothing is there. But again, each summit is generating some spark, building blocks and building like different networks. It is expanding, so it's like a long run it will be going to expand. And 2003, as I told, Goldman Sachs, that Jim Neal, that person, he only told that if everything goes right, in less than 40 years the BRICS economies together could be larger than the G6 in US dollar terms. G6 I told you, except Canada, the other 6 countries of G7. So this is the article. Now that was a very simple article because we already discussed multiple times about BRICS. Now we will see the main question: how can populism be a threat to democracy, environment and long-term national interest? Elaborate with examples. So this theory, examples, everything I will teach you. In today's paper also very nice article has come. So you see that September 14th, Modi announced 50,000 crore project in Madhya Pradesh, which has petrochemical complex and some industrial projects, many statues and many infrastructure big projects. And that he's like inaugurating like last 9 years, 9 years, India's infrastructure is like at least 20 times more than what we had before, like 60-70 years before Modi's government. Okay, that you have to accept no matter which party you are supporting or whatever. Infrastructure development is the highest and the fastest. Okay, in Congress time it was like 2 km per road or highway we were constructing. Now it is 25 km road per day they are doing. Every day kilometers and kilometers of roads and tunnels and many things are coming. So this article is not about that. The article is like, when we do this, is it like populist schemes like only when election comes when you do, and what are the disadvantages of that? Because how much ever advantage you have in the long time, short term there can be disadvantage. So when is Modi announcing this? Same like that, seeing this, what will opposition do? They also announce, they don't have the capacity like the ruling government, but they will go and announce freebies everywhere. Okay, they will tell, okay, free electricity, free bus ride for women, free rice like for everyone, 5,000 rupees for agriculture farmers. They tell all this like blindly they tell, and then they struggle. Like you see now Karnataka Congress came to power, which everybody thought BJP will win because of the infrastructure and development and highways and many things they have done. But finally, because Congress poll promise was different, they told free, everything for free. That is why now Congress came here, and now they are struggling actually. That we have discussed 3 times at least, that Congress is struggling to give them, because they did not have any plan. From where will they give this much free rice? From where will they give? Because you need money for all this. So without thinking, freebies are announced, and how come this populist schemes affect the country in a whole? That is what is the discussion here. So the same point is given here, like Telangana elections is coming up. So opposition party announced all these 2,500 month financial assistance to women, gas cylinder at 500 rupees, free travel for women in state transport buses, annual financial assistance of 50,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees, housing scheme of like some 5 lakh, and then 200 units of free electricity. This actually in Bangalore it happened. Okay, we are the ones who suffer. They announced it for a particular group, maybe the poorest category or some people and all. But how are they giving that free? By charging us extra. Okay, here 1 unit current was around 3 rupees, 4 rupees something. Now after the Congress government has come, it has become 7 rupees for every unit. Okay, meaning even 100 units, it's very basic 100 unit here in our house it is used. It is coming 750 rupees for that, plus additional 300 rupees of extra the base charge which will be there, which is a default charge. So 1000 plus rupees monthly current bill is coming minimum if you use 100 units of current also. Okay, meaning the basic you use fans and fridge and washing machine, the basic house you use 1000 plus rupees current bill is minimum. Okay, plus other extra charges will be there. I'm telling minimum 1000 to 1500 is our monthly bill if you use a basic 100 unit of current in a month, because from this money only you can give free electricity to the other people which they have promised. So this is the problem when you announce populist schemes, meaning a section you are disappointing to appease the other section which is actually your major vote bank. Okay, so now all these things are announced, and then infrastructure also I will tell you. But before that, election time this being done, is it right or wrong? In your comment section I want your comments also, like election time it is done, or like any time it is done. What is your thoughts on populist features, populist schemes and all? You can tell, is it advantageous for a country like India? Because other countries it has been advantageous when as part of election, at least when you do this much infrastructure, in the long term it is helping. Like in USA 1920s, after the economic depression in 1929, they started started like wide scale road project and infrastructure project and all. Okay, one of the president of USA also told America is not having good roads because America is developed. Okay, he told the reverse way. America is developed because we have good roads. Because we made good roads, people's connectivity started. Many people got job first when it was constructing. After that, many more apartments came, shops came, everything came. Meaning the place got developed because we constructed roads. Okay, so like that, the president itself has told. Try to find out which president has told it. Okay, so EU in the 1950s, meaning after the World War, they started this concept. Then China in the 1970s, they started this concept of building like mega projects and infrastructure and tunnels and smart cities and all. And India now in 2014-15, they started this boom of making world-class infrastructure. Not like infrastructure was not there in India, world-class. You see the new Bharat Mandap or you see the new convention center in Dwarka. These are things which in India was not there. This much costly project of 3,000 crore, 4,000 crore worth convention centers and halls and all, where you can invite the world leaders literally. That was not there. That is why global summits were not happening in India. But now we are doing it, especially Modi is purposely doing it in Kashmir and Northeast and all, because if we do a world-class convention there, where all world leaders will come, China and Pakistan both will get angry. Okay, so that is why we are purposely doing infrastructure development in those states. Okay, and now if you take this, there are two arguments on the need to achieve higher and better developmental outcomes. Okay, so welfare gains and sustainability. Okay, we announced all this, but in the long term, is it sustainable? In the long term, is there any welfare gains? These things are not told. Always a easy route in the election is that they tell them colorful things only. A very big thing will come, a very this thing, that photos is shown in that many angles and Instagram and this thing, that the actual welfare of the people is done or not, that they won't explain. They will tell the narrow definition. Okay, so now seeing this, opposition party has only three options. Okay, that is what is given here. Opposition party has three options. One is promise even a higher scale of infrastructure creation, meaning they told I will make one highway, you will tell I will make 3 highways. Even though you won't have the fund or planning or vision, you will tell that. Okay, then second is highlight the unsuitability of the created infrastructure, meaning when you cannot convince the people, then confuse them. That's what people do. Okay, when you cannot tell, okay, it's anyway good project, you know that, but then what to tell? You will simply tell, okay, it is cutting trees, your like environment is getting destroyed, people are not actually getting job, or they will tell the party like you're giving more job to Hindus, or you are telling more people to, like people in Gujarat are getting, or why is bullet train coming only in Gujarat? Like this, you spread negative news about it. That is what second option which opposition has. Third option is address the welfare of some section of the population is left out through economic populism. Again, that thing only, you are appeasing some people and not appeasing the other people. It is only like only they will get the benefits. Like you tell this Adani thing, like that you bring in certain things that people get misdirected. Okay, so these are three things which the opposition does. Okay, populism, when you discuss, it's not about ruling party, you have to tell both sides. Okay, then equating development to this mega infrastructure thing can be a dangerous obsession for two reasons. Okay, so one reason is suitability of such projects for the specific geographical location, meaning now you saw in Himachal and places and all, too many tunnels, too many projects, and in Uttarakhand also Chardham project, many things are done that we already discussed. The environment, there is like taking up a problem. Okay, there is like floods coming, there is natural disasters happening. So specific locations, are you planning it well? This is one of the problem. Okay, second one is the fund, the revenue. When you're doing this, obviously many like lakhs of crores of rupees will be taken as debt from the Indian bank also, from foreign investors also, from private investors also, from everywhere fund will come. So that now who will repay? The subsequent governments has to repay these loans and all. So these are the two things, like as I told in the question, populist measures affecting the long-term interest. These are the 2 points. But now question asked for examples also. So I will show you the examples also under each one. First is the location problem. So 41 landslides, 29 flash floods, 1 cloudburst occurred in Himachal Pradesh after the heavy rains which happened. And these and all you can call climate crisis and escape, but actually it is because that many road construction, that many buildings, that many unsustainable building, meaning without proper planning, building after building, this tourism projects and all you were doing. That is one reason. Then second example in the same thing is Uttarakhand faced a big disaster, the Joshi Math and many other problems are there. Chardham Yatra, there is a project which I discussed in one editorial. We discussed, okay, Chardham, this Badrinath and Gangotri, Yamunotri, all those places you're connecting. So we had Chardham thing that again, it can accommodate only few tourists, okay, thousands at a time or something, but you are inviting like Uttarakhand tourism and all ads, if you have seen, they are inviting like millions of people to come. So when this many people go there, they have to stay there, they have to shop there, they have to eat food from there, they have to travel there. So it will be burden on that place, and then disasters will happen. Okay, so that is about the two examples. One is Himachal and Uttarakhand for the first case, that is the geographic location case. Now the other one, okay, this will lead to a spiral of calamities also, meaning one will lead to the another one. Now the other one, funding. Taking the data, National Highway Authority of India is the one who does all this, the road construction. So their debt, if you see, it's like 3,42,801 crore. Okay, compared to only 23,000 crore in 2014. That shows the difference, because as I told that time, if you were making 2-kilometer road every day, now you are making 30-kilometer road every day. So obviously you need more fund and you will take lot of debt. And now this debt is fine. After the interest of that will be, their interest will be around 50,000 crore by 2028. So if this government is in power again, they will have to repay, else the subsequent government has to do. Other than this debt, there is other liabilities also where the disputes will be there. Contractors will tell there is a claim, there is a compensation, something is there, workers' compensation, insurance, something they will tell. So that fund is also there which NHAI has to take care. So debt and liabilities impose long-term constraints. Okay, so you got examples now, you got locations now, you got the specifications now. Now the last point is, two types of populism is there. One is economic populism and one is political populism. Okay, like political means you do some, like pass a law or something which like triple talaq when you do, or something which you do, maybe all the Hindus will favor it. Or if you do a Shabarimala verdict, which is something supporting the people, what people wants, then all that people will now look up to BJP if they do something like that. Or like women's legislation, if you pass, or many women who maybe hated BJP till now, maybe they will feel like last 30 years this bill is pending, at least this government showed the guts to pass this. Okay, so that way some people who never liked that party will now like them because of this populist measure which they did. Okay, so like that, political populism is where it is schemes or policies which you are implementing. Economic is the other one which I told. Announce freebies, tell like you will get this much free, 5,000, 6,000, 15,000, 20,000 quota, reservation. Economically, when you give something, it is economic populism. So one political economist is there in your ethics and all, you can quote this Danny Roderick of Harvard University. He told the definition of what is this populism. The distinctive trait of populism is that it claims to represent and speak for the people, which is assumed to be unified by a common interest. Okay, so this line, like that itself you can write. When a populism question comes, as the opening line, you can write this and tell like hyphen this person, Danny Roderick. Okay, so it's like appeasing a group of people who have a common interest. So that time, if you take a right-winger government or left-winger government, their target will be it will be different. Like right-winger means there is an impression that it's like they do only for appeasing the majority Hindu, Jaina, Buddhist, Punjabi, that community, and maybe they are doing something against minorities or Muslims and all. That is the impression, meaning whenever they announce a populist scheme, and that is what they want also. That is what the impression is. And the opposite way also, if it is a left-wing or communist or this Trinamool Congress or any like in Kerala or West Bengal, their schemes will be mostly anti-capitalist. They won't allow to set up a new business. They won't allow to set up a new thing. So that is the impression about them. So like that, speaking for a people with common interest, which is their vote bank actually, that is called populism, according to this Danny Roderick. I just told you Indian examples to fit into that. Okay, the same thing is written there also. So now economic things will be having lot of restraints and these things, policy measures and problems and all. So you have to bring in rules. So rules and restraints serve the purpose of checking those in power from pursuing short-sighted policy, meaning just for election you are doing some policy, that there should be some check. There should be something like you should not announce such policies when election is going on. Something rules should come. So while rules and these things are vital in checking the growth of this political populism, in political you need that. Okay, in economic populism you need a fine blend of rules with discretion required to curtail the expansion, meaning you need it little bit of freebies and this thing. With people who cannot afford many things and all, you have to give them like free gas cylinders or cheaper gas cylinders, you have to give them, but there also some rules should be there. It doesn't like go out of hand. Okay, this is the overall thing about populist policies. And the conventional models of economic growth did not attach much thing. Okay, like we know in economics, if you study basics, always we study one concept called trickle down effect, meaning when you do something for a bigger capitalist or someone, they will obviously grow, they will do some big company, and that will trickle down. It will go to the lower levels also, because they will employ more people and they will their families will get more money. Like that, when big person grows, the person below that also grows. Okay, in terms of money I am telling big and small. Okay, so that way it will be like a high tide that lift all the boats. Okay, when you do populist measures to appease any particular section. But in reality, it doesn't happen. Okay, cross country, if you see, the benefits of growth do not trickle down that easily. Okay, so what we should do is a government led proper redistribution program should be there, where people who are becoming the outlier or people who don't get the scheme, that is why this government mostly you will see like last mile connectivity till the last person, like that, everything till the last person. If it done, then only that scheme is complete. Else we cannot tell like Swachh Bharat is a success or a drinking water program is a success. Until the last person gets electricity or water or everything, the scheme is not complete. So that way government led redistribution program should come, and the cost also, as I told, economical populism, lot of cost will be involved, and the future government has to take care of it. So that things and all you should take care, so that long term infrastructure led development and all actually born fruit and not like it hurts the future governments. Okay. So this dangerous obsession which I told, the two examples, this is the overall thing about populist policy. Now the last one, very quick, like 5 minutes I'll tell you. This is monsoons cannot be predicted in India because India is the only area where this kind of rainfall is there. Okay, other countries, US and all, you will see they have better prediction models, but they can't predict our monsoons. They can predict their thing because there it is kind of straightforward. If you study basic geography, here we have tropical climate and tropical cyclones, tropical, everything is tropical. Okay, there it is extra tropical, or which is called temperate. Okay, there temperate is all based on air masses. There is a cold air mass, there is a warm air mass, and it will come like this, and then the warm air mass will go above the cold and rain will come. That is a different process. If you study basic geography, okay, we have class 6 to 12 free lectures in our YouTube. Please go and watch it. Okay, I have explained everything. So here our monsoons cannot be predicted. Okay, it's very, very difficult, and because of that people are dying, infrastructure is getting lost. So UPSC one mains question came, how far do you agree that the behavior of Indian monsoon has been changing due to humanizing landscape? Okay, so human involvement and how that we have partially discussed in the previous thing also. So now here as part of a static, okay, what you have to go and study at home, because in this article it's not there, and even if it's there, it is not possible to discuss in like 10 minutes and all. It's a complete geography class. What is ocean currents? Okay, currents, when you study tides and waves also will study currents, tide, waves. Okay, in your oceanology this comes, in geography oceanology this thing comes. Then within that, what is cold current and warm current? What are the cold current and warm currents in the world? There are names for it. There's a single map. I've explained all this free of cost in our geography lecture. You go and watch, okay, in YouTube itself. Then what is thermocline? And what is Walker circulation? Walker cells are there, Walker circulation. Actually in the Pacific and Indian Ocean and all, the water, like heat, warm water going up, cold water going down. So that circulation process it is. Okay. Then fishing conditions. Okay. Wherever there is this cold wave and cold current and hot current meeting together, their fishing will be very good. Okay, there will be foggy kind of environment also, and then fishing will be very good. It will be nutrient rich water there. So this kind of basics I have explained already. This has a homework, you have to go and do the geography classes. Then monsoons and droughts, the phenomenon of Indian monsoons. Okay, like in Africa, near Africa, there is a Madagascar island. There heating will happen, the mascarene high, that will then bring the wind through Kerala coast, and it will go till the Himalayas. Okay, and it will cause the rainfall, southwest monsoon. Then when it is coming back, it will cause the northeast monsoons, which is going to start now. October, November, December, January is the northeast monsoon, meaning it will come back, and then only Tamil Nadu and some Andhra areas and all will get rainfall. Okay, so like that, what is this monsoon process? I have explained in geography class. And then droughts is the opposite of that. Then there is main thing, El Nino, La Nina. So this actually in Bihar PSC, I think recently a question came, one liner, El Nino happens where? And options are Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, some other Antarctic, some other ocean. Okay, so answer will be Pacific Ocean for that if UPSC asks, because this year a lot of discussion is around El Nino. Because El Nino is something where India doesn't get much rainfall. India will be in drought condition, and we had this multiple years. We have had, including I think last 2017-18 time, we had this drought condition. We remember Maharashtra and all, drinking water was not there, and through trains, this Latur and all, we were sending water and all. So that is El Nino. La Nina is the opposite of that, where we get heavy rainfall, more rainfall. So we were getting kind of La Nina from 2019 to 22. We had heavy rains across India, everywhere. Now 2023, it is again going back, kind of El Nino condition. Okay, we are getting lesser rainfall, and that is what is told in today's article, and that is the only thing told in today's article. I am remaining everything I am telling from my end. Okay, so what is El Nino, La Nino? It is actually the heating of the Pacific Ocean in different sides. Like when we see here, this is the Pacific Ocean. In India, you cannot see here. India will be somewhere here, right? Beyond after this, India will be this side. Okay, so Australia is here. Here, South America is there. Here, obviously, it is the Pacific Ocean. In Pacific Ocean, the usually, trade wind or easterlies. Easterly means some wind which is coming from the eastern side. So usually, trade wind will be like this, right? This is a normal year. Okay, normal year. Easterlies means it will obviously go like this, the trade winds. So what will happen is the upper layer of water, which is warm water because of sunlight and all, that warm water is slowly pushed towards Australia, and it will come like this and it will accumulate. This is the normal year. It is what happens every year. Okay, And that time what is happening? When the warm water upper layer is going, below the surface there is cold water here in South America. That below that cold water with full nutrients and all, it will come up. Okay, it will come up. So that time here it is a cold current, Peruvian current is there, or Humboldt current which we call is there, and South American, that coast Atacama desert, it will be a desert effect or a desiccating effect, it will be there in that time, normal year. Okay, and Australian side, it will have cyclonic, or Australia, Indonesia, everywhere, cyclonic conditions and rain will be there. This will flow again. This will, after Australia, where it will go? It will again flow towards India also. So Indian Ocean also will get warm water, and there also Africa, and same thing. The moisture goes up and rainfall come down. So that process, Australia, Indonesia, India, everywhere rainfall will come in normal year. Okay. When it is too much warm water going, that is what is called La Nina condition, where heavy rainfall will get. Okay, that is the basic. Now, El Nino year, what happens? El Nino year is the opposite of that. El Nino year, some reason, okay, this trade winds or easterly which is going from this side, no, that will become weaker. It will become weaker. So, too much it will not go. Instead, it will go the reverse. Okay, the equatorial waters, it will go reverse, meaning the surface warm waters going to South America and accumulating here. So there now it will heat and the moisture will go up and rainfall will come in South America. So El Nino year, South America gets rainfall, Australia doesn't get rainfall, India doesn't get rainfall. Okay, there are chances sometimes India gets, that I'll tell in the next slide, but El Nino usually means this is the thing. Okay, India, Australia, Indonesia having drought, and that also I'll show you one minute. See here, during an El Nino, this is an El Nino year. Okay, in an El Nino year, see drought and all, but this side increased precipitation, meaning the western side of South America, it is precipitation, remaining everywhere it is like in our side is drought in El Nino year. In a La Nina year, it is opposite. So this is the basic El Nino and La Nina, meaning heating of one of the side of Pacific Ocean. But there is another term called El Nino Modoki. Okay, El Nino Modoki is actually, or La Nina Modoki is there, when instead of both the sides, the center will be warming. Center of Pacific Ocean will be warming. For example, this is the picture. If you see, this is El Nino, where this side heating or that side heating. El Nino Modoki is where in the center it will be heating, and this side it will be cold. Okay, this is a zoomed picture of this one. See, this is South America. Here cold, here Australia, here also cold, but in between there is warm, and there it will go up, and then circulation will be like this, okay, in both directions. That is El Nino Modoki. Same thing in La Nina case also can happen, where center is cold and left and right is warm. Okay, this is the basic. This I said I cannot explain too much now because it will become at least 30 minutes of lecture. Okay, understand this basics through pictures. It's very easy to understand. That's why I showed you. And now in the same time, there is something called Indian Ocean dipole, which UPSC asked in 2017. Okay, that is, I told you, El Nino years, we usually don't get rain. But sometimes if there is an Indian Ocean dipole, same like we have, this is India, this is Australia, this is South America. Okay, so we were till now talking about this one. Okay, Pacific. This is the Pacific Ocean. This is the Indian Ocean. Okay, till here. Understanding? So in Pacific Ocean, 1 minute, I think I'm covering the picture. Okay, so when we are talking about this one, we are talking about El Nino, La Nina, and one more term you would have seen here, ENSO. Okay, ENSO, which is El Nino Southern Oscillation. It's everything about Pacific's heating warming. But when the same thing happens in India, Indian Ocean, that is called Indian Ocean dipole. And that is what UPSC asked in 2017. See, IOD phenomenon is characterized by a difference in sea surface temperature between the tropical Western Indian Ocean and the tropical Eastern Pacific Ocean. This is wrong. It's actually Western Indian Ocean and Eastern Indian Ocean. Okay, because Pacific Ocean is again far away. We have to say only within the Indian Ocean range, from the Arabian Sea till the our Australia, Indonesia region till where we have. Okay, so that is the IOD. That is why statement 1 is wrong, because they purposely, Indian Ocean dipole is the name and they put Pacific Ocean in the option. Understanding? Then IOD phenomenon can influence an El Nino's impact on the monsoon. As I told, it can impact, meaning if there is a positive IOD, positive Indian Ocean dipole, even though it is El Nino there in Pacific, here still, because we have positive IOD, we will get rain, heavy rain. But in a negative IOD, Australia side will get rain, we won't get rain. Okay, meaning that means when is our worst drought condition? When it is El Nino year also, and when it is a negative IOD. If both are there, we are getting the worst drought condition. If it is El Nino there, here it is positive IOD, we'll get little bit of rain. If it is not El Nino there, it is La Nina there or a normal year, we will get rains. Understood? This much simple way only. More than this nobody can teach you, okay, in the simple fashion. So I hope you got the point, and this is the basics, and you have to go and revise all this. In my geography lectures I've explained each one of this, or if you're enrolled to my test series, specific notes and pictures are there for all these things. Okay, so it's up to you, like how detailed you study or how from where you want to study. That same question, notes is given here, that Indian Ocean dipole. You can pause and read this, why that statement 1 is wrong, why that statement 2 is correct. Same thing which I told you. Okay, Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean concept. So now I hope when a next question comes in future, you will be surely answering it. Okay, now in the news article just one line is written. This time India's monsoon has been deficit, meaning usually normal rainfall means 89 centimeter rainfall as per our Indian meteorological department, but it has come 82 centimeter rainfall. So 6% lower rain has happened as of now till June to September. Now the northeast monsoon are going to come, as I told, will come back from there. There they are expecting more rain to come, and hopefully Tamil Nadu will do water and they will stop fighting with Karnataka, because both states are fighting like anything. Here also protest, there also protest. They are burning each other's bikes and cars and properties and all. It's like not worth it. They are fighting every year. This time it is even worse because Karnataka got very less rainfall in southwest monsoon. Here also I told you drinking water lorries are coming, else we also don't have drinking water here. Okay, so now between 2019 to 22, the Indian monsoons were significantly impacted by the converse monsoons called or cooling La Nina. Okay, meaning we got La Nina, we are getting heavy rainfall. Now this year it has been very weird, meaning we have seen very heavy rainfall in Himachal, Uttarakhand, Delhi and all. There another point is there which I missed actually, western disturbances. Okay, this is not our monsoons and all. This is actually in Mediterranean Sea there. A wind is there, western disturbances. It's coming from the west. From there it comes to Delhi. Usually that wind comes in the December time, and that is when Delhi gets rain. This time what happened is, when this monsoon from our Kerala coast is going up, that same time Gujarat there is a cyclone. At the same time there is this western disturbance coming. Everything came together. That is why Delhi was flooded, Himachal, Uttarakhand, everywhere was flooded. Okay, everything came out of time, and that is actually because of humans only. We are doing this global warming and these things and all. Everything is now going out of order. What were happening last year is not happening this year now. So 9% of the country received excess rainfall, 18% got the deficit rainfall also. So it's a very weird year this time, and so we'll see what happens in the second half, that is the northeast monsoon time. And several states in North India which were expecting minimal rainfall got multiple episode of rainfall, heavy rainfall in Chandigarh, Haryana, Himachal, resulting in flood and landslide. Okay, so several cities having issues. Now we'll see whether Tamil Nadu gets the flood, because they also November, December you would have heard sometimes flood comes because unexpected or more than needed northeast monsoons coming. Okay, so now I told this and I explained western disturbances, Mediterranean Sea, rainfall. Okay, and drought conditions in Maharashtra, extreme weather stress in Bihar. This and all UPSC won't ask you. It's like a weather report. Okay, now we'll see and wait for it. And so more money and expertise should be directed towards this. This means our research on the models, the forecast models which we have, because it's difficult to predict monsoon because of the different phenomenon. But still we have to increase research on this, because if we can go till moon from here and do certain things and all, even monsoons, if we actually put in our full brains and money and investment, we can maybe crack that also. So that is what the author is suggesting. The global climate is changing. We need more reliable forecast models. Okay, so this is the entire thing, and I hope you got all the details. Even though geography class I cannot take it for you in editorial, but still you would have got it. I am sure you will be able to answer any question which comes in the basics at least. Okay. So this I will try to do it today. If I am able to record or shoot, I will do, else maybe tomorrow daytime I will shoot. Okay, and October 17th it will start. From there May 25. So 222 days you will sit and study, and then 575 days is there for people who are in last year of BTech or degree and you want 2 years of preparation. This will suit you. Okay, I will tell you what to read each day, and you will definitely pass if you study 1 year consistent, 2 year consistently. Okay, so come and join us in WhatsApp, enroll to current affairs if needed, and these hoodies and bags and all for our prelims plus mains package students, it will be free. Okay, I will courier to all of you. I will get the details within by Diwali time, and I think Christmas time we will give it off. Okay, and the other people at an affordable price, I will give a link where you can get in and pay and buy it. Okay, other people who are not our full-time students. Okay, so that is the idea. So tell me in comment section what more you need, or some questions I asked you today, answer that, and come in Instagram also. So I'll wind up this. Thank you and have a nice day.